Good morning and welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television. I am Kim Best.
And I'm Wayne Alley, and today is Tuesday, March 5th, 2013. Thank you for being with us. What a great show we have today.
We do. We have quite a few people on board today. We have representatives from the Junior Livestock. Would you like to tell us about that?
EILEEN COITE of the Cooperative Extension Service, she is the livestock agent there for the Cooperative Extension Service. She came by to talk to us about the Junior Livestock Show and Sale coming up in about a month.
That's right.
And with her, she brought a participant, ALEC Linton, a young man in high school here, and he'll be talking to us about how he participates and how many years he's been a part of this. And you know about this too, don't you?
I do. I've seen it done quite a few times, and it is amazing how much preparation goes into one of these competitions and presentations.
They start at the age of 5 and then they age out at 18, so they can have what, up to a long time, 12, 13 years of experience with the Junior Livestock Show and Sale. Right. It's a fantastic program. Wait till you hear about it. We
also are going to give you a brief little snippet, 16 minutes worth, of the Paramount Gala. We just had the gala a couple weeks ago, and I'm telling you, it was a fabulous show, but if you weren't able to be there, we've got just a little short version of what actually happened that night, and you will be amazed.
Amazed.
You
what
will.
Else do we have?
We also have Miss Grace Lawrence from Mount Olive College, who is here to talk about farm transitions and how to transition your farm into today's world.
She's with the agribusiness.
She is the agribusiness program at Mount Olive College. Right. So stay tuned.
That's a great program. Okay. What else do we have? Want to remind you, by the way, if you are a card holder of the Wayne County Public Library, they're making some changes, policy changes, and the way they do things and handle things there. We are, after all, a technology-minded society now, and we're moving more in that direction. And in order to keep things current and fresh and up to date, Wayne County Public Library is making a few changes to make things easier for you to use their services. So there maybe from time to time a hitch or a bump in the road or something like that. Just have a little patience with them.
That happens when you transition.
It does, and so the end result will be certainly worth working toward, and they are doing that very nicely right now. So
we're very proud of our public libraries.
They do a great job in the new library in
Mount Olive. I can't wait for that to open. And Wayne, maybe you and I can go down and take a tour of it and showcase and show that to everyone in our community.
I think we should do that. That would be so much fun.
I think so too.
I'm just curious anyway. You know.
That's right.
Curious.
I'm sure there's many people that are.
That's right. I'm sure they are.
Well, you know what? March is the month of flying kites. People have done that through the history. March is known for its March winds, right, Wayne?
I hear it all the time. Hey,
Do you?
Go fly a kite.
Fly a kite.
Yeah, sure.
Well, on Saturday, March the 9th, from 1 until 4 p.m., there is a kite flying day that is hosted by the Charles B. Aycock birthplace. If you're interested in coming out and flying a kite with many others throughout our community, come out this Saturday, March the 9th, from 1 till 4. If you want to call them and find out other details, you can call them at 919-242-5581, and that is the Charles B. Aycock birthplace. Go fly your kite.
Go fly a kite. Hear it all the time. 1933 was the year when newly inaugurated President FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, stopped the trading of gold and declared a bank holiday.
Oh, really?
A lot of controversy about that decision. And of course that has been reversed. Only in recent years has that been reversed, where you can actually own gold now. But yeah, he said you can't do that anymore. And then all of a sudden, it's a holiday. Boom, there you go. In 1946, the year after World War II ended, in Fulton, Missouri, Winston Churchill from Great Britain was visiting. He told the crowd that, quote, "An iron curtain has descended on the continent of Europe." He said an iron curtain has descended on the continent, is what he said, but he was talking about Europe. And from then on, that particular phrase, the iron curtain, became part of our language.
It certainly has.
And had a lot of meaning. Unfortunately, it was not a good thing. Let's see, what else happened on this day? Britain gave up on the Ulster talks and decided to retain rule in Northern Ireland indefinitely. And that has proven to be a shame, what happened over there. They just could not get together at that time. It's since gotten much better. 1976 that was. And in 1984, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that cities do have the right to display the nativity scene as part of their Christmas display. 1984. Birthdays today include a lot of people who are really old.
Well, if it's your birthday, happy birthday.
Well, yeah, if it's your birthday, happy, and joy.
That's right.
Louis the First.
Yes.
Louis. Hey, Louis. Louis the First was born this day in 1326.
Yeah, I'd say that's a year or two ago.
A year or two ago. He was the king of Hungary. He was. Birthday today also for Frank Norris. Frank was the author of The Octopus and McTeague. Birthday today for a fellow by the name of Howard Pyle. He was the writer and illustrator of The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood. He was one of the authors of Robin Hood. There were so many. And a bunch of other people. Okay?
Well, how about that?
How about that?
The Goldsboro Junior Women's Club is having a spring fling on Saturday, March 16th from 9 until 1. Of course, it is free to the public. The location is 1101 East Ash Street and 2401 East Ash Street. Let's see. Shop for Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduation gifts, wedding gifts, teacher's gifts, or just for yourself. Proceeds will help the work of the Goldsboro Junior Women's Club and local businesses. 24 excellent vendors will be on site. If you want to find out more information about how you can be a vendor or where you can go to participate in this, call Kate Daniels at 919-920-5442. And that is for the Goldsboro Junior Women's Club Spring Fling. I'm thinking doesn't have a name, but I'm thinking it's taking place at First Presbyterian Church.
1101.
I'm thinking that's where that is.
It. Yeah, I think that is.
Saturday, March 16th, so that's not far away if you're interested in participating or buying some gifts.
All right.
Yes.
Here's a trivia question for you.
All right, I'm ready.
And a lot of people know the answer to this one already.
All right, let's see.
All right. This president had ties to North Carolina. He wasn't from North Carolina, but he had ties to North Carolina. He was the shortest president.
Shortest president?
The shortest president. Who was he? Of course, Lincoln was the tallest. He was 6'4". All right, most people know that. But a lot of people know who our shortest president was as well. Who was that? Who was our shortest
president?
Who was our shortest president? Okay, think about that one.
Okay, we will.
Ponder a while.
We will ponder.
Okay.
Super sundials.
What?
Super sundials.
Wow. Okay.
Learn the history of daylight savings time at the Cliffs of the Noose.
By the way.
This Saturday, March the 9th from 10 until 11. What's that?
Do you know when daylight saving time begins?
It's coming up.
This weekend.
That's
March
right.
the 10th.
That's right.
That's right. So this is the 9th.
This is the 9th. You can learn all about daylight savings time. Participants will make a sundial and test it outdoors in the sunshine. Meet vendors and visitors, all kinds of people in the classroom at Cliffs of the Noose. For more information, call them at 778-6234. This Saturday, March the 9th, Super Sundials.
You know, I love sundials, and that sounds like a lot of fun.
It does, and you're going to actually test them, so that's pretty neat. See if yours works.
That is so neat. Oh, and don't forget, now, this Sunday, at 2 a.m., you have to get out of bed and go change all the clocks in your house.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. You gotta set your clock for 2, and then spring forward. You move your clock from 2 until 3 o'clock, or perhaps some people might cheat and set their clock ahead when they go to bed.
Before they go to bed.
But that's no fun.
Okay.
That's no fun.
Okay.
Anyway, spring forward this weekend as you retire for the evening Saturday night. Spring forward, move your clock ahead 1 hour.
That's right. If you want to do like Wayne, get up at 2 p.m. or do like him and do it before you go to bed. There you go. Well, let's go to our first interview, Wayne, with the junior livestock. Let's hear all about it.
Extension Service. And Alec Linton here with the Junior Livestock Show and Sale Program. We'll tell you more about that in just a moment. We want to start with Eileen, though. Eileen, how long have you been with the Cooperative Extension Service? And what do you do there?
I have been here 13 years this spring,
Right.
and I'm an agricultural extension agent, so I work with farmers across Wayne County and young people, and I specialize in livestock.
Livestock is your area of expertise. That includes, of course, equine and bovine and
porcine, pigs,
and everything else. That's horses, cattle, pigs, and
sheep and goats.
Sheep and goats and everything.
That's right.
All right. What's changed over the last 13 years? From the time you started, what's different now?
Well, one of the major changes I've seen is an increase in cost, as with a lot of things going on these days. Cost of fertilizer, the cost to grow crops and produce animals has gone up. The cost of feed.
Right.
So that's a big thing. I've watched lots of young people grow up. I've seen some, you know, that were very young when I came to work here, and now they're grown up and
moved on.
And some of them even have children of their own now.
Oh,
so that
my
makes
goodness!
Me feel
all right.
really old. But watched some. Very proud of a lot of them that graduated from college and gone on to do great things.
All right, and as an agent for the Cooperative Extension Service in this area, what do you do to help these young people do you help them get into the area, or do you help them to understand what they're doing? We have well, it's all through 4-H, of course, right.
And in our county, because I have a background in youth, I assist the 4-H department in our office with anything to do with livestock or horses. So any of the programs that involve animals, I share in the leadership role there. And so we have clubs, we have events throughout the year. Of course, the fair is our big event in the fall.
Right.
And we have young people from all over eastern North Carolina come to participate there. But in the spring, our biggest event is the Junior Livestock Show and Sale, and that is specifically young people from Wayne County that participate there. And
with us is ALEC. You brought ALEC along today. Yes. ALEC Linton, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Appreciate you speaking with us today, ALEC. What do you do when you're not showing and selling at the livestock show?
Well, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. I mean, we have to take care of the animals every day, feed them, make sure they're not sick, and then plus two, we have to work with them. We don't want to go into the show ring and then they're just jumping all over the place.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure they're calm and that they handle well with us.
Okay. And are you a student or?
Yes, sir. I'm in high school.
Where do you go to school?
I'm currently homeschooled.
Homeschooled?
Yes, sir.
And is this something you've been in all your life, or have you, did you just get into
I've been in
livestock?
it for 11 years now.
Okay.
So pretty much when I was just old enough, we got into it, and I've been enjoying it ever since.
You've been actually participating and showing for 11 years?
Yes, sir.
Wow. And how do you do? Do you place? Do you show? Do you win,
sir.
Or what?
My family, we try to mainly focus on the showmanship aspect of it, because that's more about the handler as myself and the goat relationship between us, more as just on the goat aspect of the market.
Right. And so what do you find to be the most challenging part of the show and sale? The time. Trying to find the time to work with the animals before the show and sale. When you actually get there, there is a time crunch to get the animals ready and all prepared. All right. And what part do you enjoy the most about it? Probably at the end result, just seeing what you've done, what you've accomplished, helping other people throughout the whole ordeal. Yeah. All right. And I want an honest answer here. Is the competition tough? It is, yes, sir. Is it? All right. Yes, so everybody's on good footing here, and everybody works hard at this, don't they, Eileen? Oh, they do. They do. It's a minimum of a 75-day project. So 75-day project. Yes. So so they've had their animals, you know, 2.5 months, some of them longer, and as Alex said, you know, they spend time every day with their animals during that time frame. And some animals are a little tougher to work with than others. They're just like us. They're individuals, and some of them are a little hard-headed. A little hard-headed, yeah. Sometimes. A little hard to get along with. Yeah, I understand that. Well, what do you show when you're showing? I show both goats and swine. Goats and swine? Yes, sir. All right, so goats and pigs. Yes, sir. And that can be challenging, can't it? Oh, yes. There's a big difference between the two. Oh, yeah. All right. Which is easier? Personally, I enjoy the hogs more. Do you? Because, yes, sir, you don't have to, with the goats, they basically have to stand still at a certain point, but the hogs, you just have to continually keep them moving. Which is more intelligent? I personally think the hogs. Okay, I agree. I agree. You agree? All right, 3 votes for the hogs. There you go. So, Eileen, who's involved with the show and sale? Tell me about who is involved with it.
Okay. The show is sponsored by not only Cooperative Extension, but the Wayne County Livestock Development Association.
Right.
And as you may know, the Livestock Association owns and operates the fair and owns the fairgrounds. And so we're very fortunate to have a nice facility in Wayne County that we can use for the show and sale. And the Livestock Association also is the major sponsor of the show and sale. They absorb the majority of the cost of the awards. There's just so, the equipment, all of the pinning that we use for the show and sale is owned, and, any improvements that are made to it, maintenance is done by the Livestock Association.
Right.
So we're very fortunate to have that.
And then what about the participants? Who participates in the show and sale?
The participants, of course, are from all around Wayne County, and we even have a few that are right there on the county line, but they're involved with 4-H and FFA, or one or the other.
Right.
And
what ages are we talking about?
They are from 5 to 18,
oh,
so
wow.
Which is basically in line with 4-H age. So,
so you don't have a 5-year-old competing with an 18-year-old, do you?
No, we don't.
So.
We don't.
Okay.
We have 3 age divisions. We have novice, junior, and senior, and so so they compete with their peers. And novice are the 5 to 8-year-olds. The juniors are 9 to 13, and then 14 to 18.
Okay, all right. And then they win prizes, and what are some of the prizes they might win?
They do. As Alec said, showmanship is a big part of it, and that is being judged on how well you present your animal, the time that you spend at home, how well the animal responds to the training and the cues that you give them. And so there's awards there, and then we have the market classes where the animal itself is judged, and they're looking at, since this is a meat animal show, we're looking at how much meat, how much muscle is in the animal, structural correctness, how well they're put together. And so then they're placed on market in those market classes, and then we select an overall grand and reserve champion for each species.
Okay.
And then our sale is actually lined up based on how you place in the show. So our higher placing animals will start off the sale, and then we'll go on down the list. And every young person gets to sell one animal in the auction.
All right, that's pretty exciting, isn't it?
It is, yes, sir.
All right. So from where do these participants get these animals? Are these their animals, or are they donated to them, or from where do they come?
Well, and there's a lot of different ways. Some of them do have the animals on their farm, particularly some of the ones that show cattle. Their parents may be in the cattle business. Alec and his family are in the goat business, so they raise a lot of their own goats.
Right.
And they have even sold some goats to some other participants in the county,
okay.
So they'd have one to show.
I want to point out very quickly on the screen here, you'll see those 2 gentlemen right there with you. Do you know those 2 guys?
Yes, sir, those are my brothers.
Your brothers?
Yes, sir.
And they are, what's their names?
The one on the left is Isaac, and the other one is Gideon.
Isaac and Gideon.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Well, we want to say hi to those guys here. But getting back to what you were saying there, and I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's
but we want to, and I wanted to give them kudos there and say hi. But how many participants do you normally have for the show and sale?
Normally anywhere from about 55 to 75.
Wow.
This year we have 64 that are signed up.
A lot of participation. That's good.
Yes.
And this is coming up when?
This is going to be April 3rd and 4th.
April 3rd and 4th.
Right after Easter.
Okay.
It's the week that our young people are out of school for their Easter break.
Oh, that's coming up very soon. And right now, the workshops are going on, right?
Yes.
And the workshops are underway now. And,
yes.
And you have to attend at least 2 of them.
A minimum of 2.
Participate.
We have at least 9 different workshops offered. And then if someone's in FFA at their high school, and maybe their FFA group has a livestock activity that, sometimes there's other things that can qualify for a workshop. But we have those workshops right here in the county, and we also have some that are offered in neighboring counties that they can go to.
All right, very good. All right, any final words, Eileen, you want to pass along to people who are watching us now?
I'd just like to invite them.
All right.
Come out to the show and sale.
Is there an admission fee for this
there
to
is
come and
not.
watch?
There's no fee. On the 3rd, which is Wednesday, we'll be out there all day. We'll start out with weighing the animals, but then the actual show is that night. And the goat show is at 6 p.m. As soon as that finishes up, probably around 8 p.m. will be our feeder calf show.
All right.
And we have, right now, we have 37 young people showing goats.
Wow.
We've got 43 goats entered. We have 7 that'll be showing cattle.
Okay.
And then the next morning, on Thursday morning at 9 a.m. is when we have our market hog show.
Oh boy.
And we have 32 people showing 55 market hogs.
Wow.
Because each exhibitor can show up to 2 animals of any species.
Okay.
So, and they could show all 3 species. And then that night is when we have our awards. We'll have a costume contest. We'll have a city slicker contest. So if there's someone in the community that thinks, oh, maybe down the road I might want to show, then they could come out. They might meet ALEC, and he could let them borrow his goat or his hog, and they can take it in the ring and give it a whirl, see what it's like. You could even do that, Wayne.
Oh, could I really?
Sure,
wow.
You could be a city slicker if you want.
Well, I could.
And then our sale will be after that. Our awards are at 7. Our sale will start at 7:30.
Okay.
So we'd love to invite anyone to come out and join us.
All right. Well, what are your plans? Are you going to continue with the livestock show and sale as long as you? How old are you, by the way?
I'm 17.
So you only have another year.
Yes, sir.
All right. So
I plan to finish it out.
plan to finish it up. Okay.
Yes,
And then
sir.
what are your plans after that?
Hopefully to go to college.
Okay. Have you decided?
I have not. No,
Okay.
sir.
Well, you have time. You have time. All right. Well, ALEC, I appreciate you coming in and talking with us today. Good luck to you. And Eileen, always great to see you here in the studio or
Thank you,
anywhere for
Wayne.
that matter. And
Thank
good
you
luck
for
with
having
the
us.
shot of the livestock show and sale. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right.
And welcome back to Wayne Goldsboro Television.
Oh boy, today is indeed Tuesday. Now this weekend, you heard about the thing at the Sundials.
That's right, Cliffs of the Noose.
At the Cliffs of the Noose this weekend. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It is.
But if you're not interested in sundials, there's going to be something a little more technologically advanced than sundials going
And
on.
what might that be?
That might be at the Wayne County Public Library. It's called Discover Tech. Engineers Make a World of Difference. That's going on this Saturday at the library with all kinds of exhibits and fun things. The exhibition features a number of hands-on activities that will engage people of all ages. All ages, that would be from birth to 200. These include a 3-person quiz game that allows participants to explore the engineering process while correcting misconceptions about what engineers really do. And you just
And
saw-
there are a lot of misconceptions.
There's a lot of misconceptions about engineers. They also have a hands-on challenge in which visitors cooperate to build their own arch structure, which is not as easy as people might think it is.
I wouldn't think it'd be easy anyway.
At the Inventor's Lab Station, library patrons can build a variety of electrical circuits. At the Solar Power Station, they can explore how solar panel actually works. A state-of-the-art 42-inch interactive touch table includes an activity game called Game Changers that presents critical engineering problems based on the 14 grand challenges for engineering. Anyway, you get the idea. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, yes.
This is a lot of fun. It's
What
going
time
on.
of day?
It's during the day at the Wayne County Public Library. I don't have a time on that.
Okay.
It starts about 9 o'clock.
Okay, great. About 9 o'clock. You can call the library, I bet, and find out details.
I bet you can. It's called Discover Tech. Engineers Make a World of Difference.
Great.
This Saturday. Great.
Well, next Tuesday, you need to go to the Senior Games registration. If you're interested in being in the Senior Games, Tuesday, March the 12th, from 9:30 to 11:30, it will begin. The cost is $5 at Wayne Services on Aging. Christy McDonald and Jeannie Lovings are the ambassadors for the Senior Games, and they will be at the Senior Center on Tuesday and Thursday, starting March 12th and ending April 4th. To assist with the Senior Games registration, any senior interested in learning more about the games or registering can meet them at the Senior Center on various dates. You can call them at 919-221-8102, or you can call the Wayne Services on Aging, either one. That starts Tuesday, March 12th.
Oh boy.
That's right.
All right.
Senior games.
All right. Junior Livestock Show and Sale. You know, we had EILEEN in.
Oh, yes.
And that's coming up April 3rd and 4th. And what else do we have?
We have a Mental Health Association Lunch and Learn. You talked about that earlier.
Yes.
Wednesday, March the 13th from 12 until 1. The cost is free to attend.
It's free to attend.
But if you would like to eat lunch there, it's $5. Right. It'll be taking place at Wages on Royal Avenue. The Mental Health Association here in Wayne County will host the March's Lunch and Learn. Let's see, presented by Dr. Marley Ray, the Executive Director of Wages. Please register by March the 11th. Like I said, it's free to attend, but if you want to eat lunch, because it will be provided, you pay $5. You can call for more information at 734-3530. Mental Health Association's Lunch and Learn. I don't see a specific topic. I'm assuming it's just going to be about wages and what they provide to the community.
That's exactly what they're going to be talking about.
The
wages programs made available to the Wayne County citizens.
Wonderful, and they offer so much to our community.
I'm telling you, 734-1178, 734-1178 is Wages phone number if you have any questions about wages.
Wonderful.
Also keep in mind that Literacy Connections constantly always needs volunteers. They're always needing help. And you talk about something that is very rewarding. You can help people who have a problem reading, whether it's a person who may have a problem with dyslexia or any other reading situation. It will help them tremendously. All you have to do, and you don't have to have all this long list of credentials.
Right.
You just simply go to Pat and you say, you know, I want to help. I just want to help. And you go to pat.yates, Yates at waynegov.com, pat.yates at waynegov.com, and you send her an email and just say, look, I want to help somebody learn to read or help somebody read better. They may already know how to read. This will help them read better. Pat will show you what you do, she'll train you. They have people there that can train you to become a tutor, a reading tutor. It's fun. It's easy, and you will help somebody. Now, and people who have trouble or difficulty reading are across the board, all income brackets,
That's right.
genders, races, all people from different countries, people from right here in America who have trouble reading. You can help them out. You really can. So go to Pat, or send Pat an email at pat.yates@waynegov.com.
Well, Wayne, there are quite a few foods that we need to focus on that are super healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Super healthy foods. Let's see if you eat any of these.
I enjoy food.
Well, let's see if you like super healthy foods.
Oh, well, okay.
One of the super healthy foods that we all need are eggs.
Eggs. I love eggs.
Good.
From my head down to my legs.
Well, let's hear what they say about eggs. Egg yolks are home to tons of essential but hard to get nutrients, including choline, which is linked to lower rates of breast cancer. One yolk supplies 25% of your daily need. Just one. Wow.
Really?
And antioxidants that may help prevent muscular degeneration.
Degeneration and cataracts, it says. My goodness.
Perfect. My goodness.
And you get that from eggs?
All from eggs, just egg yolks.
Oh.
Just from the yolk.
Just from the yolk,
That's
the yellow
right.
part, huh?
That's what you get right there. Then it goes on to tell you how eggs in general, people with heart disease should limit egg yolks to 2 a week, but the rest won't raise your risk of heart attack or stroke. My goodness.
Limit to 2 a week. Now, you know, I hear the egg people
Yes.
say, you know, it's not, you can have as many as you like.
That's what they say.
And I've had people who are anti-egg say
Yes.
you shouldn't eat but maybe
That's
one a
right.
week or so.
And it's a little confusing here, but it's basically saying people with heart disease should limit egg yolks to 2 a week, but
Okay.
the rest of us can have 1 whole egg daily.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's great. Okay.
All
Very
right.
good. I like that.
Well, how about Greek yogurt? Do you like that?
I'm not Greek.
You're not Greek? Well, I like Greek yogurt. Love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yogurt's a great way to get calcium. It's also rich in immune-boosting bacteria.
Oh, boy.
But the next time you hit the yogurt aisle, pick up the Greek kind. Compared with regular yogurt, Wayne,
Yeah.
it has twice the protein, and 25% of women over 40 don't get enough.
Really?
Yep. I guess I better check that out.
Oh, does that include you?
That includes me.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Look for fat-free.
You don't get enough. Look for fat-free Greek yogurt.
Look for fat-free Greek yogurt.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
My goodness, that's just a couple. We'll give you more special foods or superfoods a little bit later.
That's interesting.
It is.
I like
it
that.
is.
That's good.
I think now we need to go and let's have a little snippet of the Paramount Gala, and let's talk with Miss Grace Lawrence from Mount Olive College. Good morning and welcome to the show. I'm Kim Best, your host. Gladly joining me today is Miss Grace Lawrence. She is the Program Coordinator of Farm and Forest Protection with Mount Olive College. Welcome to the show, Grace.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I believe this is your first time on to talk about agribusiness with Mount Olive College.
That's right. That's right.
Can you give us more details of what agribusiness is and what it means to the general public?
Well, the Mount Olive College Agribusiness Center was established about 10 years ago, and we have 2 degree programs, one in agribusiness and one in agricultural education. So students are prepared to go out and work in teaching, being crop consultants, working with pesticide companies, chemical companies. So the other part of the Agribusiness Center is that we do outreach in the public, and we do farmland protection plans. We've worked with communities to establish forestry associations, programs that can help landowners and producers maintain their farms and forests and make a profit from it.
Well, Mount Olive College has grown so much in the last few years, and it continues to just spiral and offer so many different degrees and educational certificate programs and various things. So we're glad to know that Mount Olive College does offer this in the agribusiness department.
Yes. Yes,
well, you all have an event coming up. Would you like to tell me more about that?
Right, we do. We have a Planning for the Future of Your Farm conference that will be held at the college on March the 7th. And this came out of some of the farm and forest protection plans that we did in 20 counties in central and eastern North Carolina. And one of the recommendations of the plan was to help landowners and producers figure out how they're going to transition the farm to the next generation and to make the good estate planning decisions they need to make.
And that's so important these days because technology is changing things, our soil is changing, there seems to be so many different types of ways you can run farms.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, tell me some of the more details of what people will see and hear that night.
Well, we have speakers from around the state and from Nebraska actually who will come and talk about how to start that conversation with your family. What are the impacts with the new estate laws and taxes that have come into place? How do you start that process of figuring out what is best for you and your family? So we have several speakers that will be top-notch. There'll be time to talk to the speakers and ask questions, and we'll have materials and handouts as well.
Wonderful. So it sounds like generation after generation, because so many farms do stay in different generational
That's what we want to do.
Families. That sounds like this is a perfect opportunity for them to find out how to promote their farm and how to run their farm even into the next generation.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, tell me, who is invited to this and how do they register, if there is a registration, and what is the fee?
Well, we are encouraging anybody and everyone who is interested in farm transition and estate planning to attend. It's a regional event, so we're pulling from multi-counties around Wayne County. You can register at the Mount Olive College Agribusiness website or call 919-658-7510. And there is a $10 fee, and that covers the materials and the lunch that will be served. The event starts with registration at 8:30 in the morning, and we finish up about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, so it's a full day event.
Indeed.
And where will this be taking place? I know it's at Mount Olive College, but is there
It'll
a
be
certain...
at the Agribusiness Center in the auditorium at the Agribusiness Center.
Wonderful. So if somebody's interested, they can go on the Mount Olive College website, look under Agribusiness, and you can find out a lot more details, and you can register right there online.
Indeed.
Well, thank you, Grace, for sharing. I think there'll be many people in our community and around the region that would be interested in participating and learn more about farming in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you've learned more about Mount Olive College. And welcome back to Wayne Goldsboro Television. If you enjoyed that little snippet of the Paramount Gala, never fear, because the full program will be airing on Channel 10. Coming up soon, we'll have the entire Paramount Gala, so you can feel like you were there even if you weren't. How about that?
And it was great.
It was fantastic.
All right. You know, a little while ago you had the, what did you call them, super
healthy
foods? Well, I've got a list too.
All right.
All right.
Tell us what are some of those super healthy foods we need.
Super healthy foods. Listen to this.
All right.
They say to eat lean, emphasis on lean beef. Lean beef is one of the best absorbed sources of iron there is. Too little iron can cause anemia. Adding as little as 1 ounce of beef per day can make a big difference in the body's ability to absorb iron from other sources. Other sources, yeah. So you eat a little bit of beef to get the iron from other sources. That's according to a PhD, a researcher at the USDA ARS Western Human Nutrition Research Center in Davis, California. She says beef also packs plenty of zinc. Even minor deficiencies may impair memory. Deficiencies of zinc may impair memory.
Really?
What was I talking about? Oh, yeah.
I guess he needs some beef.
I need some zinc. Beef, yes. And also, it packs plenty of zinc and B vitamins, which help your body turn food into energy. And if you can, splurge on grass-fed beef. Compared to grain-fed beef, it has twice the concentration of vitamin E, a powerful brain-boosting antioxidant, which would help some people, not all of us. You got to have a brain. But anyway,
lean beef.
It's also high in omega-3 fatty acids, which we all know is a very good thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Lean beef, because because this type of beef tends to be lower in overall fat, it can be a little tough, so marinate the lean beef. Beans. I love beans.
I do too.
Do you?
I do.
I'm a bean eater. It's hard to imagine a more perfect food than beans. One cooked cupful can provide as much as 17 grams of fiber.
Does it say any specific beans?
Well, it goes on to say they're loaded with protein and dozens of key nutrients, including a few most women fall short on, including calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Studies tie beans to a reduced risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and breast and colon cancers. Now, the latest dietary page 2.
There's your page 2.
Okay. Guidelines recommend consuming at least 3 cups of beans a week. 3 cups a week.
And I wonder how many of us actually get that.
3 times the measly 1 cup we usually get. That's what it says. Keep your cupboard stocked with all kinds, including.
Yes, here we go. Take note.
Black beans.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest ones that they really recommend.
They recommend black beans. White beans. Kidney beans. And white beans, I guess that would include northerns, Great Northerns. But kidney beans. Fat-free refried beans.
Fat-free refried beans.
Try saying that 3 times
yes,
fast.
Definitely do.
But, you know, you'd have to include, there's so many beans out there, including pintos. I love pintos. There's so many in the black beans and the Great Northerns and the kidneys.
Black beans and rice.
Oh, yeah.
Yummy.
That is good. Use them in salads and stuffed baked potatoes, veggie, chili, or pureed for sandwich spreads. Which your fat-free refried beans would be good for, I suppose.
Yes, they would.
All right.
Well, that's great. Well, there's also oatmeal is so good for you. Fiber-rich oats are even healthier than the FDA thought when it first stamped them with a heart disease-reducing seal 10 years ago.
Wow.
According to new research, they can also cut your risk of type 2 diabetes. Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, so oatmeal, definitely eat it. My goodness, for a versatile breakfast, it says topped with different combinations of your fruit, yogurt, nuts. Yeah. You can also use oats to coat fish or chicken.
You know something? I'm not a fan of oatmeal, but I eat
I like
oatmeal
it.
once in a while, and the only way I like it is to put something on it.
Well, you know, you can put all kinds of things. You can put
Blueberries.
blueberries,
I love it.
strawberries,
Yeah.
peaches,
Yeah.
oh, all kinds of things to make it interesting.
Yes. You
And
can.
yummy.
And that is good. That is good. And once you start on that, you get used to it. And
Yes, you do.
The
Toppings,
toppings are really helpful.
and it's very filling.
It is filling.
So the list goes on and on of foods that they recommend, from olive oil to avocados, broccoli, spinach, and the list goes on and
Olive
on.
oil is amazing.
Isn't it?
So is vinegar.
That's what I hear.
Amazing.
That's what I hear.
Amazingly healthy for you.
Well,
All
I believe that just about wraps it up for today.
Except for the trivia question.
Except for the answer to our trivia question.
Trivia question today is, who was our shortest president? His name is Jimmy.
Yes.
They call him James Madison.
James Madison,
James
the shortest
Madison.
president.
Shortest. He was 5'4", and his tie to North Carolina is he married a young lady by the name of Dolly.
And she was from North Carolina.
She was from Guilford County, up and around Greensboro. She was actually out in what is now presently current day Guilford College, right there on West Market Street. Her house is still, well, her location of her house is still there. But Dolly Madison, of course, is famed for many reasons, but famous mostly for taking Gilbert's portrait of George Washington from the White House when the British burned it during the War of 1812. But she's famous for other things as well. She was also a very fabulous guest host, or host at White House parties.
Wonderful. So think about those two things today. Your tallest president was Abraham Lincoln,
Right.
at 6'4", and then your shortest president was.
James Madison.
There you
at
go, trivia for the
5'4".
day.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for watching today. We hope you've learned more about what's happening here in your community. This is WGTV Today. I'm Kim Best, and
I'm Wayne Alley. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, and throughout the day, the show repeats at noon, at 5:30, and then again during the evening hours. So we'll see you again tomorrow morning here on WGTV Today. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
I'm Kim Best.